Hey guys, I'm going to take you out to feed with us. The old farmer has the feed truck fired up, and I'll talk more about it as we go. Okay, we're down by the hay bales where we keep our hay bales. We feed one round bale. We've only got 31 cows, so we don't have to feed as many. But if you can see, that's hydraulically driven. He's operating it from within the pickup. He's going to back into one of the bales. Okay, he's got the... Okay, now what he's doing is he's going to bring this in. I got him lined up. There's a bar on the other side, looks just like this. What this is doing is grabbing the bale, and now he's lifting it up. Lifting it up onto, or on the bed of the pickup. That black box is a cake box, they call it. And I'll show you that when we get there. I'll tell you what, this is a lot easier than it used to be because he used to hand crank it with the cable. Okay. He's coming up behind me in the feed truck, and I'm gonna open the gate. Look at them all just standing here waiting for the truck to come in. And we're gonna take you down and show you how he cakes them, and then we'll show you how we feed the round bale. This is a hot wire fence. Those that don't know, don't ever touch that wire because it will shock you. Take that, got a little loop, and I'm just gonna drop it. Okay, since the cows are all here, I gotta hook this back up. Okay, the old farmer just dropped me off. And here comes all the cows and the calves, and they're still back there coming along. And let me show you what we got today. We got a brand new baby today. I know you can't see him for the weeds, but I'm not going over there. Mama might get upset. Okay, there he stopped, and we'll go up in a minute and I'll show you what he's feeding them tonight is range cubes or cake. That big black box, he's standing there. He's got a lot of them that will come up and eat out of his hand. He's got one that's downright annoying. We've still got cows coming up from behind. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and walk up here and see if he can show you some of them eating out of his hand. There's the new mama, and boy, she's nervous. She's watching me and she's watching the old farmer. She's ducking her head, so I'm gonna leave her. Standing out in the middle of the cows. I'm gonna walk up here. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Come around. Hey, feed her. He's going to hand feed a couple of them if I can get up here. He's got 2 or 3 that'll eat right out of his hand. He's got one that will literally practically put your whole hand in her mouth. Can't find her. Wonder where she went.
She's over there.
Oh. He's trying to get some of the other cows, but just this one right here, she'll just take anything. All right, this is the one that... No, you're not. I don't have anything. Max, she's about to eat my arm off. Oh, here he comes. Oh.
God.
Now watch her. She just stick her whole head in the pickup sometimes. You can't give it to her fast enough. She thought I had some in my pocket. Whoa.
That's it. God.
Yeah, that one.
Slobbers.
I'm gonna stand back while he cakes them. You've got to move everybody out of the way. There's a chute on the side, and he can turn that on, and it will just shoot out that cake, or those range cubes. And I have a couple little nosy visitors, want to know what I'm up to. And you can see where the cows are all lined up. Back here's where he started dropping it, and it goes all the way up to where he's parked. Hello there, sweetie. Whoop. Aren't they cute? Okay, now he's going to come and get me. And we'll go up and feed the bale. Then he just comes around, picks me up. Now we're going to go up to the pens and put the hay bale. We're up in the pens, and this is the most dangerous part of this little thing. Let me show you why. Manure every step. All right, that bale grabber, whatever, do easy. Like I said, it's hydraulic. He's going to bring it down to about right there, and then he's going to come and cut the wrap. It's net wrap. It's either this net wrap on these bales, and then we also have some bales that are with bale and twine. He's going to move this big round bale feeder this way because it's too close to the feed bunks. We're not feeding in the bunks now. We use those when we have a lot of grain to feed, or when it's if we happen to get a snowstorm, which we have not had this year. So, and that's actually bad news because we need the moisture. Notice how he had to step over a big pile. Perfect parking. Now I got to try to walk and record, which is trying to. All right, now he's cutting. He made a cut across there. Now he's going on the other side. I can just barely do this because my arms aren't long enough, but I have helped him cut before. Looks like he's got a box cutter now. Must have an extra long blade. Usually he's got a big old knife he cuts with. They make regular cutters for this. We've got one somewhere on the pickup, but we found a knife works a lot easier. Okay, now he's bringing the wrap over. I'm going to try to keep videoing and missing cow pies. Okay, there's that big wad of wrap, and it'll go in the dumpster. There's pros and cons to using net wrap. Right there is, in my opinion, the biggest con, because there's so much of that. Bale and twine is just not very much, just a little wad of twine. Okay, now he's backing up to the feeder. Raise it up. And then he's just going to drop it in there. He's going to, those grabber arms on the side, he'll just pull those out and that'll drop the bale. Okay, and then this just folds right back up and lays kind of flat on the flatbed of the pickup. This way, we used to have a cake box twice as big, but we got one half the size so that we could put the bale grabber, or whatever you want to call it, on the same, make it all on the same feed wagon. Okay, ready to go. Now we're going to drive out. We're going to go feed her. She gets a little extra ration, just taking care of her. This is just a whole bunch of grains. I think it's some kind of beef finisher. Here's the cake box. When I said he drops the chute down, this is, you want to come over and fill it? This is the chute, and I'm holding it up now, but he just drops it down, and there's an auger, and he flips that on when he's driving down, and it kicks. Hey, I didn't put any cake in it. I didn't put any cake in. Oh, okay. He used to give her some cake, but he's changing her feed. See if I can get one of these. Okay. Anyway, that's what they look like. The cows love them. Guess it tastes like candy. Have finished the cake, and now they're all running back up here to get some of this hay bale. And it lasts 2 days. I don't know why they get in such a big hurry. And if that one that was and eating right out of his hand so crazy, if she's one of these, she will come running up to the truck. All right, guys, it's the next morning. We're out here in the shed. Gives them a can of Thole coffee cans, or number 10 cans. So we're switching that's Old Red's feed. You saw us with it last night. And we're filling a bucket for the bulls. We'll go over and feed them. And they get cake every morning. The bucket is crooked. And there's what we give them. And looks like Red waiting for her grain. Now we feed her twice. I didn't show feeding her last night. But she has a big bale of prairie hay there, and she gets grain twice a day. And like I said, we treat her extra special. She's just an old cow that we love. She's our only red one. So he just puts it in there and she goes for it. Next thing we're going to do this morning, and I'm probably not going to record it, but we just go drive through the cows, see if we got any new calves, check on everybody. And he's going to run water to fill these stock tanks. Some of the cows are up here working on that hay bale we put out last night. The rest are out in the pasture, so we're going to go out there. By the time we get done checking on the ones in the pasture, that tank ought to be full. And then there's another tank next to it that we also fill. Okay, now we're coming over to feed the bulls. They get that's a bucket of cake or range cubes that goes in there. He usually calls them in, and they come running if they're out in the field, but we can see them. They're just way up on top of the hill looking at us. Hopefully they can hear him throwing the grain. We'll wait till they come running down the hill. He comes running. Now the other one's at a full gallop. He's going to see if he'll eat out of his hand. Now he's like, get out of my way, old man. Here comes the other one at a full gallop. Nope, he's got too much in front of his face. I won't feed the bulls. I'll admit it, I'm scared. He tells me they won't hurt me, they're just playing, but you know, when you're looking at a ton of muscle to play, that's more than I want to deal with. Whoops, get out of my way. Now we're going to wrap up morning chores. Last thing I do is I let the chickens and the ducks and the turkey out. And when I come in, then I have, I think I've showed you before, there's a nest down there that we set for the ducks. I've only gotten 2 turkey eggs, so I'm on the hunt for them. I should be getting at least 2 dozen, 1.5 to 2 dozen a day, but I'm barely getting a dozen now, and I think mostly because I free range my chickens. So, and I haven't gone nest hunting. So anyway, thanks for coming along with our feeding chores, and see you next time.